Oh, this is funny. Alright. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Season 9 prize giving ceremony. It's great to be here. Hope everyone's had a great day so far. For those of you that don't know me, which if you don't, you're bot. My name is Jordy. I've owned the Formula 1 Roblox Championship since Season 3. It's been an absolute honor and pleasure to have met all of you on this wonderful journey that is F1RC. I have lots of core memories that will stick with me for quite a long time. Many good, many bad, but times I will remember for a while, of course. I've made amazing friends along the way. Gaspin, Freddy, Dib, Tyler, Small Guy, Matt, Green, Matsky, the list goes on. The countless title fights we've had. Turn the smoke off, you dick. Alright, what's it called? Yeah, the countless title fights we've had each season, the amount of races we've had, the laughs we've shared will always stick with me. The bad races as well. Season 7 Bahrain. Yeah, anyways, I love owning the league, and there will be times I remember the good times we've shared. Hopefully I get to meet some of you lot in real life. I'd like to fly out to y'all's respective countries and meet you all there and, you know, have some fun. Yeah, have a good time. I think that'd be pretty fun. Today's a very tough day for me. I am giving up F1RC and will transfer ownership to someone else and will no longer associate with the league. I want to focus on other things in my life as I am getting older. I have my junior year of high school coming up and I have club soccer season coming up, so I would like to prioritize those things. I've given my maximum effort into this league and I hope the new owner can carry on the league as best they can. But anyways, let's talk about the league itself. Before I do, turn the smoke off, seriously, you fucking nugget, honestly. Idiot. Alright. Hang on, let me, yeah. Alright. Here we go. Oh, that didn't work. That did not work. Okay. That didn't work. That didn't work. Hang on. Let me, yeah, this will work. Bro, you lot are weird. Okay. Alright. Seriously, you boys are weird. Yeah, I will. You're right, Oiskry. I will. Alright then, let's talk about the league. F1RC was founded on November 21st, 2020 by a kid named Yoink, or a call member, some of you may know him. Okay, who's turning the smoke on? What happened to the fucking... Oh my god. Bro. What happened to the wall still here? Oh, it's Chapman. Okay, so Chapman, do it again. You're banned. Then sit down. Hey, sit down. Bruh. Just sit down. That's all I ask. It's not that difficult. Did I? No, you did not. You did not. Okay. F1RC was founded on November 21st, 2020 by a kid named York, or call member, some of you may know him. I remember I first started the light rail racing in early 2020 when the pandemic was at its peak. I had nothing to do, of course, and I found a love for driving F1 cars around different tracks of Dallas' old F1 game. Okay? I remember racing with Vaughn at the time and would do stupid things to see who was faster. Yep, here we go. I remember, what's it called? I got into actual F1 because of it. And I remember being in Canada, in old Dallas' old game, being on the Canada track, when a username of call member approached me. And oh my god, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You know what? We're just going to keep the confetti going. Fuck it. Who cares at this point? I'm just not even going to turn it off. But... yeah, I joined Canada, and he said, what's it called? He said if I wanted to join the league that he created called F1RC. I had nothing else to do, of course, and I decided to why not take a chance. And I was given co-owner and be the first ever member to join the league. Vaughn be the second, obviously. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but since I had nothing else to do, I figured I'd say yes. I joined F1RC. The struggle now became of finding members of willingly to drive for the newly formed league. I remember having to join Dyler's old league game in order to gain members. It was only the way we knew how to get members, and it was a struggle because people would respond and no one really wanted to join. They didn't have Discord or whatever it was. Well, we managed to gain more members, and as time went on, I remember some of the first members to join were 3 RAA drivers, known as Gaspin, Ethiat, and John. Those are the first 3 members that I remember when we managed to get into the league, and those 3 members that joined the league, thank you. You really appreciate it, and I have no idea how much it meant. We got so much more members like Court, I believe, Crybaby, Iron Wolf, some other people I can't remember. Nico, I think, was another one. But I remember the first ever race in this league was Russia, and Daller's old league game. We didn't have any games of our own at the time, and since none of us knew how to develop it in the studio or anything of that, we used Daller's league games to do our races. And I remember Russia was our very first one, as it was a race, and that one I'll never forget. Came down to the last lap, me, Etienne, and John fighting all the way for P1, and yes, I won the very first race in this league's history. John was second, Etienne being third. From there, we did random tracks each Saturday until we did all the tracks in Dallas game when it came down to the final race in Brazil. Typical Brazil. I don't remember it that well, but I remember we had this rule where if you hit the wall with the front wing, you got so-called damage, and we had to pit for a new front wing. Title decider between me, Ethiad, and John, all closely matched going into the final race of Season 1. I remember lap 2, I hit a bump the main straight and crashed into the pit wall, which got me so-called damage. I had to pit for a new car, yet after all this, I somehow won the race and became the first ever F1RC World Champion. My first ever racing championship, I'd done it. That was the end of Season 1. I don't remember much of it, obviously, but yeah, since 3.5 years ago. Who cares? Okay. Season 2 was a big change for the league. We got even more drivers in. We started creating our own races to race on. Our own games to race on. Yes, they were free modeling cars, but at least it was some sort of an upgrade. Season 2 is the season I remember the least, to be honest. I just remember dominating the season and winning the title early in Monaco, the old free Monaco with the trash curbs. The season we also got first proper commentator known as Craig Soul. I don't remember much about him, alright. He was an alright commentator, not better than me, of course, you know. Our first developer for games was Ethiad, and we'd use his games in order to do our races. I remember Nico, or Nicholas Hypes, was his username as well, being such a quick driver. He had also driven for RA. I remember being good friends with him and him being a really fast driver. He had built a custom Australia for us, as well. At one point, we used that race, not the best race, but still a memory. The calendar was upgraded and all, but Season 2, that was the most boring season yet. Nothing major happened with recognition. Alright, Season 3, I decided to temporarily retire to start commentating for the first time. I won the previous 2 championships back-to-back and wanted to change, but I never commentated anything before, so I did decide that I wanted a new challenge. Yeah, this is going to be a lot. Yeah, okay. We actually got a title fight this season as well between 2 Red Bull teammates of Gaspin and Court. The title fight brewed all the way to the Mexican Grand Prix, where Gaspin won his one and only championship to date. I remember that day, Gaspin, and your reaction. Congrats on that day. Red Bull also won the constructors titles 3 times in a row now. Every single season so far, they've won the constructors. Nothing dramatic changed from Season 2 to Season 3, other than the fact we got a title fight. Some new tracks were added, like Bahrain and a few I can't remember. So Season 3, overall decent season. Can't complain much about it. Okay. Season 4 was really something special. I returned to racing once again and rejoined Red Bull, the team I've always driven for, and the man that had just won the title was desperate to defend it. Gaspin switched from Red Bull to Mercedes for Season 4 and was like Verstappen and Hamilton all over again. If you look on the photography channel, you can see some pictures of me and Gaspin's rivalry around Silverstone. Ironically, it came to Silverstone, it all changed at that track. The opening lap was exactly like Verstappen and Hamilton in real life, me and Gaspin fighting all the way through the entire first sector, side by side through Brooklands and Lawfield, but exiting Woodcone and coming onto Cobb, so we all know what happened in real life. The same thing happened here. Gaspin tinted on me, he hit my right rear, I went spinning into the wall, and I did exactly what Verstappen did. Yes, I just crashed. Yup, that happened. Okay, what's it called? I don't remember what transpired afterwards, after that, but I do remember Gaspin going on to win the British Grand Prix, and that, you know, ultimately defeated me. After that, well, something pretty remarkable happened. I don't exactly remember how it transpired, but I remember Breezy, the Mercedes team principal at the time, asked me to come join his team. Very skeptical about this, of course, as Gaspin had just taken me out. I didn't know what to choose. Gaspin was a great friend of mine, and I had such a good relationship with Red Bull, though. Breezy told me it was entirely up to me on what I wanted, but ultimately, I chose to change teams mid-season and partner Gaspin. Never have I changed teams. I've always stayed loyal to Red Bull, but I parted ways and chose a different route. A new challenge, a new horizon. Damn. Okay. The race after Silverstone was France, Magny-Cours. I never liked this track, and now I had to race a completely new car, but the new car didn't faze me one bit. A track that I was absolutely horrible at and hated. I went on to win the first French Grand Prix on my debut from Mercedes. The energy around the team was at an all-time high. Gaspin also won his home race in Italy, and we finished 1-2 in that race. I won my home race in Mexico as well, but with all the success also came a greater challenge. Me and Gaspin won a title fight of our own. Both of us wanted the trophy to ourselves, but a different person also wanted it, and was also hungry for it. You may remember him. That was Kurtovich. He was also an RA driver along with Gaspin, and he also fought me and Gaspin through the entire season. He creeped his way into the title fight and made it come down to the final race in Brazil once again. We had another title fight come down to the final race of the season, taking place at Sao Paulo, of course. I had 268 points entering Brazil, Kurtovich in second with 265, Gaspin with 262. Whoever won this race would become champion of the world once again. It could have been Gaspin's second, it could have been my third, or it could have been Kurtovich's first. The entire race, us 3 battled left and right, switching positions for the lead, strategies or whatever. We were still together, but ultimately I had the stronger pace. And on the final lap, I had a decent advantage across the line and dramatically win my 3rd title of this league. Kurtovich finished 2nd and Gaspin 3rd. Mercedes won the constructors title as well, and that was Season 4. So far, the most entertaining season yet to date. The 3-way title fight went down all the way to the final rest of the season. The final lap, matter of fact, I changed teams midway through the season. So much happened that I honestly can't remember. That Season 4 was an incredible season. And honestly, no one really remembers. I'm not sure why. That season's really underrated, in my opinion. And that was also the season where we had Nordschleife for the first time as well. The absolute death track that it was. We raced it. I don't remember much about it, but it was Vaughn's one and only race one that he got in that league. What's it called? He finally won it because Dino was disqualified for not pitting in the pit lane and instead pitting on the track. The absolute lard that he is. Unit. Yeah. What's it called? Without a doubt, single-handedly the most intense. Oh wait, shit. Never mind. I messed up. Okay. Pretty stupid what Dino did. But now it comes without probably the most incredible season in this league's history. Without a doubt, the single-handedly most intense, most fierce, and most jaw-dropping season that eclipses every other season by a mile. It can't be compared with the most iconic seasons in real F1. And that, of course, was none other than the crazy season 5 that it was. Now, where do I begin with the incredible season 5? Okay, this hang on. I will turn off the smoke one more time. Yeah, just cause. Yeah, Danny, take a seat, you fat lard. Alright? Okay. Alright. The best season that has ever happened in this league. What's funny is that before the season even started, I actually transferred ownership to a guy named Breezy. If you guys remember him and Ethiot had a plan to change the league dramatically by making cars from mesh to brick. We had pre-season testing of the new cars and they were horrible to drive. Yeah. What's it called? Let me see. I hated them, to be honest. I was going to commentate again this season, and then the first race came on January 8th, 2022. Was the day of the Australian Grand Prix, the season opener down under. Everyone lined up on the grid, ready for the race, for the new cars for the first time. Then we were underway. The race itself was actually pretty decent. We had a red flag because of Iron's massive crash. He ended up flipping into the catch fence. Don't know how that happened. Dipstart ended up flipping on his debut for Ferrari because he sucks. And the restart with a few laps to go. Kurtovich was challenging Dino for the lead, but flipped at turn 1 and DNF'd. Yeah, okay, there we go. Dino won the opening race of the season for Ferrari, but to be fair, the cars were absolutely horrendous. After Australia, ownership was transferred back to me. Breezy and Ethiot's plan failed. The cars were changed back to mesh cars, and we continued on with the season. Next up, Bahrain. I don't remember much about this race, other than the fact that Dino screamed at me over the radio because Kurtovich was cutting corners and gaining an advantage. Kurtovich won the race on the track, but Dino won the race in general because of Kurtovich's time penalty. There we go. Dino with now 2 Grand Prix victories in a row. Round 3 was meant to be in China, but due to some collision issues that couldn't be fixed in time for the race, we changed track to Spain. Spain was meant to be after China, but we changed it because of collision issues. So now, what's it called? The Spanish Grand Prix was really something special, of course. The whole race between the Season 3 champion of Gasman and the current championship leader Dino, that race wheel to wheel, side by side the whole time. It's honestly sad we didn't record it back then, because this is something special to witness. On the final lap, Gasman tried as hard as he could to catch up to Dino, and as they ran to the final corner, both Mercedes and Ferrari went side by side across the line, and the closest gap to P1 and P2 at the end of the race just happened. 0.016 seconds, the difference between Gasman and Dino as they crossed the line. I still have that picture. Yeah. But Dino just held on, and now to take his 3rd Grand Prix victory in a row. Round 4 was Azerbaijan, Baku, and honestly, I don't remember this race at all. Dino won his 4th race in a row, and has now broken the league record for most race victories in a row. Let me see. After Baku, we were racing in the Principality, the race everyone wants to win, Monaco. Still, the old crappy Monaco that was a free model. The curves were revamped, though, so, you know, it could be a little bit better. But Gaspin got his first victory of the season and ended up breaking Dino's winning streak. No, that's a lie. He did not win Monaco. I just remembered. I put the wrong thing. I don't know who won Monaco. He did? You did win it? Oh, yeah, you did win it. You did win it. Never mind. I remember the graphic. Sorry, Gaspin. Alright. Round 6 was South Korea. Dino looked on pace all weekend and looked to challenge for another race victory, but it wasn't enough to defeat John. He hasn't won a race in a while, and he finally won once again. Sadly, that would be John's final time ever stepping foot on an F1RC podium. He kind of just disappeared and rarely ever raced. If he did race, he wasn't on the pace, and he wanted to focus on RA more. Round 7 was a Canadian Grand Prix, and this qualifying session is one to remember mainly because of the almighty Dipso. Dip, let's just say, was a pretty shit driver. Every single weekend was constantly beaten by his teammate, Dino. At least he scored points for Ferrari and helped them win the Constructors in the title fight. But there was something else. Dipso made it into the Q3, and not only that, Dip somehow managed to stick his Ferrari on provisional pole. Somehow, don't ask me. For the first time as well. Dip was ecstatic that he could be celebrating a first ever pole, but it was sadly stripped away from him by Gaspin. Gaspin, having driven the track multiple times in F1RC and RAA, had stripped pole position away from Dipso, and yeah, Gaspin just overall had more experience. Okay, and Gaspin also won that race as well. That was the last Grand Prix Gaspin would win for a very, very long time as well. Round 7, or sorry, my bad. We skipped to round 9 because round 7 and 8 are A bit boring. Don't remember them. Yeah. So round 9, the Austrian Grand Prix. This was so far the most dominant weekend to date by a singular driver. Dino was on the complete other level today. And in qualifying, he lit the time screens purple around the Red Bull ring. He was on fire the entire day and ended up winning the race by 43 seconds to the guy in second place. An absolute dominant statement that shows why he is leading the world championship. But throughout all the success that Ferrari and Dino were having, like the silent driver that also won to the championship. He joined in season 4 along with Dino, and the sign had been getting quicker and quicker. An Indian with no respect for anyone on the track. That was Futa, in case you don't know. Yeah, that Indian twat. Him. Let me see. This guy had always been a rapid driver at any track. His first race came at round 5 in Miami. He managed to get consistently good results and be involved in the championship fight. Midway through the season, Futa changed the French Alpine team to partner Epic Lexer, another quick driver. Alpine were now challenging for the Constructors' Championship as well. This is where he really became dominant. Futa kept winning races left and right, constantly fighting with Dino. Throughout the entire season, Gassman was no longer able to keep up with the two giants and started falling out of the championship with bad results and couldn't keep up with the pace of Dino and Futa. Dino did also have to help Eagle, though. Eagle, a rising rookie in F1RC who had a fantastic debut in Canada and wanted to be a top driver someday. He won his first ever race at Malaysia, and that would be the only race Eagle to win that season. When we reached the Italian Grand Prix, Alpine looked consistently quicker through the weekend at Ferrari's home track. They looked to bag victory in the Scuderia's backyard, but then came the infamous Italian Grand Prix scandal that was race fixing. On the final lap, Epic was leading, but intentionally gave the position to his teammate Futa in second place, to which Futa would later went on to win the race, Epic finishing second. It was provisionally finished as an Alpine 1-2 at Ferrari's backyard. Everyone was furious with what Alpine had done. The FIA eventually ruled that Epic was guilty and was disqualified from the race. I don't remember much of these next races that happened afterwards, but I remember Mexico, where once again Alpine looked quicker than Ferrari. Epic Lexer adored this track and won the race with his teammate second, Dino third. The constructors' fight was still on because Dipso consistently struggled to match the level of Dino, and Dino was single-handedly carrying Ferrari as a team principal and driver. I don't remember the US Grand Prix, but nor Brazil. I just remember that Dino just kind of, walked away. Like, he was pretty quick at those tracks. But we will skip on to the most famous and controversial race of the entire F1RC history. The race that would decide the championship for all the marbles, a 40-lap race around the Yas Marina circuit. For the first time, we are racing at Abu Dhabi. Alright, just 1 point separates Dino and Futa. Dino with 469 points, Futa with 468. Oh wow, oh yeah, it was that, okay. Whoever won was champion. It's literally Hamilton versus Verstappen. The eyes of F1RC look to the conclusion of Mr. Dino versus Futa to see who will become a first-time world champion. The race got underway and Dino and Futa started off to run off in the distance, both of them hungry for the first title. I don't really remember the race that well until we got a late safety car with about 10 laps to spare. The race got entirely reset and it was down to 10 racing laps to finish off the enthralling season that is Season 5. We got on the way once again, Dino and Futa going at it hammer and tong till the very end. It literally came down to the last lap of the season where drama began. Dino and Futa went side by side into the start of the final sector. We didn't have the revamped turn 9 back then, so it was just still the old chicane. Dino and Futa entered that corner side by side when the disaster struck for the Alpine driver. For each race, a driver can get a certain amount of corner cuts before they receive a penalty. For this race, you can get 25 corner cuts and receive a 5-second time penalty. Entering the chicane, Futa was on 24 cc's when he thus suddenly hit the dangerous number that was 25, enough to give him a penalty. Everyone completed the final lap of the season on track. Futa crossed the line to win the race, but it was all over. Dino, for the first time ever, was champion of the world. Ferrari crowned constructors champions. Alpine and Futa defeated. You may be wondering why this is controversial, though. Well, after the race, Futa showed a video to the FIA showing that he never actually got a message that appeared as he got a corner cut. That message never appeared for him. The FIA didn't buy it, though, and still gave the championship to Dino. But for about 2 to 3 seasons, everyone thought Futa was champion because he never actually got a corner cut. In fact, he really didn't. Futa was innocent the whole time because, well, Gottfried's, a random guy in the league, he used hacks to give Futa an additional corner cut because Gottfried's was British. He adored Dino, of course, and Gottfried's gave Futa a corner cut. Entering the chicane without anyone knowing. Futa never properly received one since God was a fan of Dino because they are British. He intentionally rigged the race to give Dino the championship. Gottfried didn't confess this until a few seasons later, but Futa left the league after Season 6, so until then, Futa was technically champion until he left. So who the real champion is of Season 5, we really don't know. Okay. Dino obviously believes it's him, that Futa technically didn't do anything wrong because he left the league. Honestly, who knows? But that was the most entertaining, fun, incredible, overall best season that F1RC has ever seen in its rich history. But now came one of the biggest regulation changes for the league. It was now time for the Season 6 to commence and for me to make my return to Red Bull. Okay. Right, Season 6 offered one of the biggest regulation changes the league has ever seen. ERS was introduced for the first time, the cars were now the 2022 spec from real life, and the pit stops were now a thing. The new regs really seemed to spice up the grid during preseason testing. Ferrari looked quick at the new Jerez circuit. New tracks were added to the calendar to also spice things up a bit. Red Bull had a great lineup consisting of me and Epic Lexer. Ferrari had a star in the making, Eagle, and reigning world champion Mr. Dino. Fuda went over to Williams, Gaston went to Volkswagen. The cars did prove to be a bit tricky to drive though. ERS managing was going to be a huge factor this season. To be honest, I don't really remember the season that much, even though there was a title fight. I remember Chapman making his debut at Silverstone from McLaren and getting a podium on debut. Dibsop brought him in as well. Me and Epic securing a 1-2 for Red Bull at that very race. But it all happened in Mexico, where Epic Lexer won the Mexican Grand Prix, me second, Futa third. But Futa left the league once again after Mexico. No one really knows why he left the league, but he did. I'm guessing it was to focus on F1 game sim career. I don't know what it was. But since he left the league, that meant that there was no one else to fight me for the title. 3 races to go. That crowned me my 4th championship in this league. Every single season that I've oh god. Sorry, my screen just went black. Sorry. Every single season that I've competed in so far, I won the title. I decided to just commentate the remainder of the season. The best race being Brazil. Hang on, I gotta change this real quick, if I can. That is. Boys, did I disconnect? I think I might have disconnected. Yeah, might have disconnected. All right, let me rejoin the game. I'm out of disconnected. Hang on. Hang on.
Just mute yourself, but yeah, we'll be on standby, Jordy, if you need us.
Hang on. Technical difficulties. Hang on, let me. This has never happened. Yep. Open the curtains. No, actually. There we go. Yeah, alright. Why am I here? Alright. Okay. Here we go. Now we're back to normal. Alright. What the fuck? What happened to the curtain? There we go. Leave it. Stop clicking it, Matt. Stop clicking it. I got it. Okay. Alright, everyone take a seat. Take a seat. You fat large. Jesus, take a seat. Oh my god, you units. Lewis, go back. You rapist. Alright. Trident, Plush, Stone, all sit down, please. I'd appreciate that. Thank you. What's it called? Alright, let's go back to this. To this camera angle. I think this camera angle's nice. Okay, alright. Back to this. Okay. It was a bit awkward, but yeah. Okay, yeah, as I was saying, I became champion for the first time and won the title with 3 races to go. Every single season that I've competed in so far, I've won the title. I decided to just commentate the remainder of the season, and the best race being Brazil. That weekend was really something special because I had somewhere around 20 drivers show up. There weren't really enough grid starts for all the drivers, actually. Gottfried's ended up somehow getting pole position ahead of Dino. I think that was Dino, yeah, I think Dino won the race, though, if I remember correctly. I don't know. But that was kind of it for Season 6. Red Bull also became 4-time Constructors Champion, so now we go on to another big regulation change for the upcoming season. Since Season 6 cars weren't really that liked, the development team brought some of the most realistic tunes you can drive just in time for Season 7. Okay. Season 7 was once again another big regulation change. The tunes were majorly different from last season as they were more advanced, more realistic. You can now ride over curves more aggressively, take corners flat out. The downforce level at low and high speed allows you to throw the car and it respond. We went to Bahrain once again for the opening round of the season, although entering the weekend there was a big outbreak about the use of P-brake. Multiple drivers complained and whined about how P-brake is overpowered and it should be removed, but nothing was done for quali or the race. Jam ended up qualifying on pole position for the season opener with the rookie of Arati coming in second. The race was on for the Bahrain Grand Prix, but this was probably one of the worst managed races in the league's history. The controversy of the P-brake made the race so complex and made it extremely hard to manage. People also thought Aston Martin car was rigged. Ho and H3 were the new drivers in the league, and H3 was insanely rapid, one of the quickest drivers the league has ever seen. His race pace was absolutely insane, and the new cars he'd done minimal practice with, which made it even more impressive how he was that quick. H3 ended up winning the race out. Ho was second, Gaspin third, but what followed afterwards was a complete disaster. The entire grid begged me to take a look at the Aston Martin and remove the P-brake. I was utterly overwhelmed with the chaos that ensued that day. Yeah, there was the Season 7 Bahrain Grand Prix. Okay, round 2 was Jeddah. This race was a little better. It was still quite badly managed because Nubby was hosting the race as FIA president. Don't ask me why. Literally, do not ask me why. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, so Nubby was hosting the race as FIA president, so you know that won't really end well. But it was an okay race. I don't remember it that well. I think Jam won the race, something like that. Yeah, okay. Oiskry won? Oh, I don't remember. Yeah, okay. Round 3, we went to Vietnam. I actually decided to race this track. Not really sure why I did, but yeah, I did. What I didn't expect was how close the gaps were going to be with everyone. What's funny is that we weren't even meant to race in Vietnam. Round 3 was meant to be in Australia, but with the new cars came a new challenging, or a new challenge for F1RC. That still occasionally happens. Am I still recording? Yes, I am. Hopefully, it catches my audio. That the issue was invis walls. At almost each check, if you went slightly offline, your car would fling into the air and make you lose time. No one could really figure out the issue on why this was happening. The tracks were perfectly flat. The car was nicely raised off the ground. No one knew what to do about it, so we kind of just dealt with the issue through the entire season. Let me see. But with Australia being a track that invis was basically every corner, it made it almost impossible to race. So we went to Vietnam instead, a street circuit that couldn't have invis walls. Me being quite experienced around the track, naturally I got pole position because I'm just that good. You lot suck, honestly. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. After that, it was a 25 lap race around the Hanoi street circuit. And we had a safety car early on in the race. Everyone decided to come into the pit lane in a race all the way to the end of the Grand Prix. I had a horrible restart and went from like 2nd to 8th at the restart somehow. Don't ask me how. I thought I could easily catch back up, but since I had good pace all the weekend. But Vietnam was such a tricky circuit to master, and I just couldn't keep up with everyone else. Eagle, Gaspin, Tyler, Ratti, all of them were pulling away from me, and I had nothing to respond. Eagle in this Ferrari would complete the 25 laps in first place, however, and take his second ever race win in F1RC. Tyler just managed to sneak ahead of Gaspin on the final lap to take P2 for Alpine. Gaspin finished 3rd for Volkswagen. Vietnam was the first ever race to be recorded and uploaded to the new F1RC YouTube channel. Round 4 was Imola. Imola. Yeah, this is an entertaining weekend, wasn't it? Right then. The new broadcast cameras were introduced, and so I went back to commentating and used broadcast cameras for the first time to record the remainder of the season. I still use those same cameras today. Anyways, we had to do qualifying before the actual race, of course. Eagle, on the home track of the Scuderia, managed to bag pole position, but was given a 3-place grid drop by the FIA because he drove backwards to start a lap, which obviously wasn't allowed. So Jam inherited the pole for the sprint race, though. There was a sprint race. Eagle was a phenomenal drive, managed to come home to win the Imola sprint and start the main race on pole with Jam starting 2nd. What transpired afterwards was one of the most historic moments in FRC, and honestly pretty funny. It was a mega scrap between Oiskari and China for the final dying laps of the race, but Ois picked up a drive-through penalty with a handful of laps remaining. This allowed Jam to come in and potentially take the win away from Trident. It didn't seem likely as well because Trident also picked up a 5-second time penalty, but what happened on the final lap of the final corner will never be forgotten. Jam was P2 on the road but was set to take victory because of Trident's penalty, but on the final corner, Jam went wide and smashed into the wall, taking me out of contention for the win. Yeah. That's crazy. This allowed Trident to get his first ever F1RC race win. There was some controversy on saying that Jam, what he did was race fixing, but Trident managed to keep his win. Oiskari finished 2nd, Jam 3rd. A chaotic Grand Prix weekend, but an incredibly memorable one. Round 5 was the Portuguese Grand Prix. Honestly, nothing special happened. Oiskari dominated the race like it was for the entire first half of the season. He won by like 20 seconds. The race afterwards was the European Grand Prix to be held at Jerez. Yeah, Portimao, pretty boring. What's it called? The race afterwards, Jerez. This track was a new addition to the F1RC calendar, and it was to replace Catalunya, obviously. We've only raced it once, and that was in Season 6. The race was quite close between Epic and Ratti. They fought all the way to the final lap, but Ratti, just fell short of his first race win, and Epic won the first European Grand Prix. Monaco was a shot pole setter as Tyler qualified on pole for that race, but later had a miserable one. There was also some controversy this race as well because people thought Oiskari was speeding under the safety car and got a big advantage out of it, so there was that. Let me see. Yeah, you were though. Let me think. Azerbaijan was a huge turnaround for Jam as he managed to clinch his first ever Grand Prix victory and start a challenge for the championship. Then it was off to the first of 2 French Grand Prix, the first one to be held at Magny-Cours. The track was a perfect track for Ratti and Haas in general because they looked pacey all weekend, and it showed because for the first time and last time in their history, Haas finished 1-2 and Ratti won his first ever Grand Prix as well. Silverstone came next, and that was the first ever wet qualifying session in F1RC, with Jam qualifying on pole for his home race. The race was dominated by Jam, and he won his home race at Silverstone. Austria also was won by Jam. Who cares? Okay. Also, the second French Grand Prix at Paul Ricard was also won by Jam. 3 Grand Prix wins in a row for Jam. No one cares. Alright. Okay. Then, We head to Malaysia. Jam wouldn't be attending this race, which allowed for Gasman to potentially get back in the championship fight, but it wouldn't come that easy as Bruno Raptors was looking rapid throughout the whole weekend. He couldn't beat Gasman to pole though, but the race pace was miraculous. He had like a 10-second lead with a handful of laps to go, but Gasman knew he would have the chance to win on fresher tires, but he had a lot of work to do. He was pushing lap after lap, setting qualifying laps nearly every single lap, wringing the neck out of his Ferrari. Then with 2 laps to go, he's finally catching up to Bruno when disaster struck for the Argentine. Bruno's tires went onto the grass, causing him to lock up and go wide at the final corner. Gasman compromised on this and took the lead with just 2 laps to go at Sepang. It looked all over for Bruno's first win, and it was. There was history. It was history day at the Scuderia as Gasman took his first Grand Prix victory since Canada Season 5. Nearly a year later, Gasman was race winner once again in F1RC. But it was heartbreak for Bruno. Sure, it was his first podium for him, but it could have been so much more. Next up was a return of the Belgium Grand Prix in a newly revamped Spa-Francorchamps. Having a race at Spa since Season 4, but it made a return for Season 7. Jam won dominantly again, who cares? After that race, damn. Yeah. What am I saying? Fuck, I messed up. Yeah, after that race, we had a new addition to the calendar, Zandvoort, the Dutch Grand Prix. First time we had ever raced at Zandvoort, matter of fact. This race, it was honestly more fun. We had a new driver who was looking rapid and was challenging Jam the whole race. His name was 41. By the way, that was actually secretly H3 in disguise, but no one knew at the time, so yeah. 41 looked quick in his Lancia, but Jam, using his speed, was able to have quite a comfortable gap to everyone else. But a safety car was called, which allowed 41 to close in on Jam and challenge him for the race win. It came down to the final lap with 41 and Jam went side by side through the entire first corner, but in turn 3 and 4, 41 hit a bump and lost time to Jam, causing the bird to win the Dutch Grand Prix. 41 would get his get back though at Singapore was the next track, and that track was a favorite of his. It was the first ever meme race in F1RC as well. No one really cared what you did. It wasn't taken seriously. Everyone was laughing at the VC. It was pretty funny. But 41 managed to win his first ever Grand Prix. Turkey was the next race, another new track to the calendar, and guess what? Jam won again. Typical. South Africa was once again a new addition to the calendar here at Kailami. This race, though, Ferrari decided to hire Ion driver to race with them, and that was Dynamonkey. He's try-harding ass. Him being from Ion meant he had tons of experience and hopped into the car and was instantly rapid. He won the race by like 16 seconds or something. Yeah, there was that. Coda was the next race, and once again 41 was looking quick through the whole weekend, which resulted in the second ever race win for him. Mexico was the next race, and this was famously known for its controversy with Tyler and Red Bull. It was a regulation that he had to change tire compounds during the race. Tyler was accused for not changing compounds, which would result in a DNF, of course. He crossed the line to provisionally win the race, but it was later stated that Tyler had actually been disqualified, which promoted Gasman to P1, allowing him to get a second race win of the season. Brazil was the second to last race of the season as well. Futa had returned to the league and was driving for Mercedes. He looked rapid the entire race day and won by like 3 seconds or something, but behind him there were 2 drivers looking to go for the title fight, Gasman and Jam. They went side by side into the final corner, were neck and neck as they crossed the finish line, but Jam finished ahead of Gasman. The Italian fought this, however, and went to the FIA to discuss how Jam cut the final corner to gain an advantage. The FIA did find Jam guilty of that, which resulted in him getting a penalty, dropping him to 3rd and Gasman to 2nd. Now this meant there were 3 drivers in contention to win the title in Abu Dhabi. 1 race to go. Jam had the lead with 302 points, Gasman 298, and Arati a further 20 points behind those 2. He had the biggest task at hand to win the title, but it was mainly down to Gasman versus Jam going into the final race of the season. Okay. Jam qualified on pole for that race with Gasman alongside him, and Gasman was keen to lead early on. He got a mega start and busted into the lead ahead of Jam. The Alpine would fight back into the chicane and take the lead back. Both drivers went on head-to-head for a few laps before Jam started to slowly pull further and further ahead. Not even a safety car could stop Jam's pace. Jam had crossed the line with 8 race victories, 9 pole positions, and the Season 7 World Drivers' Championship. Ferrari did manage to edge out Alpine in the Constructors fight, making them now 2-time Constructors champions. After that, Jam decided to retire. We had accomplished his dream of winning the title, and so he did Nico Rosberg. No rules will change for Season 8, which meant it would our return to racing once again, but this time for the Scuderia to partner Gasman. It was now time for Season 8 to begin. Alright. Season 8 had no regulation changes. Oh, wait, I already said that. My bad. I had big expectations from the team principal of Dyno having to partner the guy who just fought for the title, which was Gasman. We went into the Bahrain Grand Prix for round 1. I qualified on pole, and my debut for the team was a 35-lap race around Bahrain International. The race was honestly quite entertaining in the beginning, as me, Gasman, and Epic were fighting early on for the race to win. I was sort of number 2 driver on my debut race. That obviously makes sense since Gasman was miles quicker than I was. The race for myself came down to the very last lap because I was struggling with tire wear and ended up finishing P5 behind Green, who overtook me with a few laps to go. I always had been at Bahrain, so I accepted. Oh crap! I think my screen just went black again, which it did. Am I still moving? That is the question. I'm not. Perfect. Gotta rejoin again. This is like the third. I gotta start moving more. I gotta start moving more. Hang on. Technical difficulties. Hang on. This has never happened in the prize giving. Don't open the curtain. Don't open the curtain. I got it. I got it. All right. Okay. All right. Sit your butts down. Good boy. All right. There we go. Who's climbing up? All right. It says I'm still recording, so I think I am. Hopefully I am. Yeah. All right. Hopefully I am recording, and it is capturing my audio, so I really hope this thing works. Yeah, let's go back actually in T-cam mode, or free cam, whatever, and let's do this shot while we're at it, just because we can. Alright. Just because we can. We're going to stick there. Okay, yeah. Let me see. Where was I? I don't know where I was. I don't know where I am. Hang on. Oh, yeah. Alright, let me see. Yeah. So yeah, I always stuck to Bahrain. I've always been bad at it, and I accepted a bad result. Green actually ended up overtaking me with a few laps to go, and I finished P5. Epic won the race. Eagle second. Gaspin third. Jeddah. That was round 2. I came 3rd place. I had quite a rough start to the season. I didn't actually win a race until round 7 at Baku. Gaspin finished 2nd behind me to take our first 1-2 as a duo in Ferrari. We're going to skip to Malaysia, where Eagle had lots of experience. He'd won the race. He won Spa. He won Zandvoort. 3 races in a row for this guy. After those 3, I won Singapore, then Kailami, then Kota. 3/4 of the Grand Prix, or 3 out of 4 Grand Prix won because I lost in Turkey to my new teammate Arati, because Gaspin for some reason decided to quit halfway through the season, and so Ferrari hired Arati. But then I lost my home race in Mexico because the FIA were incompetent and didn't know how to host a proper race. This meant I was now 17 points behind Eagle with 2 to go. The odds were against me. I entered Brazil a second quicker than everyone else, though. Even quicker than Epic, surprisingly. I dominantly won that weekend in both sprint and the main race. This meant I was now just 4 points behind Eagle going into the final race of the season. Once again, it came down to Abu Dhabi. Eagle managed to out-qualify me, but it didn't matter as I bursted into turn 1, into the lead, and started slightly pulling away. I smoked Eagle the entire race and had more experience. I've been in this situation before. He hasn't. Alright then. Then on lap 13 of the Grand Prix, it all went downhill for Eagle, and he slammed into the wall of the final corner, causing him to crash and fall nearly 10 seconds behind me. With about 10 laps to go, Epic decided to rig the race and put an invisible wall on the track, causing people to spin, and it caused the red flag. But this is where things went downhill for me. When the lights, 5 red lights came on, I thought I knew when they would go off, so all I had to do was just count to 5, and the lights would go out. But I went a tad bit too early, which meant I had jumped the start. I was given a 10-second time penalty because Matsky kept bitching about the fact that I was in the wrong, and yeah, that happened. So Eagle, for the first time, was crowned champion of the world, and I chose to retire once again, as this was the first season I've competed that I didn't win a title. That would be my final F1RC race as an official driver, but new regulation changes were coming for Season 9. One of the most anticipated seasons yet. Great cars on show, great tracks to be driven, revised regulations. It's now time for Season 9 to commence. Season 9 was once again a major change for F1RC in terms of regulations. The cars reverted back to the most cars-like cars yet, the Season 5 cars, but with the 2022 bodies, our generation F1 cars. However, a few months earlier, it was announced that I would be giving up ownership of F1RC, and Season 9 would be the final season of the league, at least under my ownership. Once again, we had preseason testing at Bahrain, and Epic topped the timesheets. A week later, it was the day of the first race of the season in Bahrain. It was looking like a calm session. Okay, Jam and Charlie, you lot are fat large. You're gonna take a seat. You idiot, you cardboard box, honestly. Alright. Okay, let me see. Where was I? I don't know. Alright. It was looking like a calm session for McLaren in terms of their new driver H3, who looked rapid with the new cars. Having set a record lap time in Q1 alone, it looked like he was the favorite for pole. However, there was a certain Canadian that has never once sat on pole position until today. Green moved to Braun GP for Season 9 and was hired by Lewis Pick and was looking really good in his opening Q3 lap. As he crossed the line, the timing screen lit purple with a new track record of a 1:15.566, a near perfect lap for the Canadian, and who now sat on provisional pole on the verge of getting his first pole position. It wasn't over yet though, because who's in the camera shot? Okay. Alright. It wasn't over yet though, as H3 and others still had to do their final Q3 runs. What's it called? And we had two world champions that still had to do the run, two multiple time Grand Prix winners, and the lord ass that is still small guy. He still had to do his run. It all looked to beat Green's time, but it wasn't enough. Green got pole for the first time on one of his favorite circuits. The grid was now set for round one. 17 drivers ready to fight it out for the win. 30 laps ahead of them at the Bahrain Grand Prix was underway. The two new teams of Green and Ratti duked out of the entire lap one. It was charging Volkswagen behind them of Epic Lexer. Epic started from the very back of the grid in P17, and already at the end of lap 1, he was in P3. Epic was able to do quick work at the two bronze and started running away at a track he won at last season. It turned into complete domination as Epic won the opening race by 16 seconds to H3, with the Ratti coming home in third. A wild opening race in Bahrain. The next two races were dominated once again by Epic, so no one really cares. Portimao was round 4, and this was really entertaining race. Honestly, one of the most underrated races we've had yet. Epic was unable to attend, so provided for a 4-way battle, basically 5-way battle for the win. That came down all the way to the last lap. Ratti, H3, Shell, Green, and Eagle were all desperate to win the first race of the season. Ratti was leading for majority of the race, and it came down to the final corner where he made a mistake, costing him to go wide and allowing H3 to slip through and win the Portuguese Grand Prix. Heartbreak for the Polish driver, but praise for the Norwegian of H3. The next race was something special at the Spanish Grand Prix in Jerez. There was a safety car in the race. Epic was leading it, but suddenly jumped out of his car on accident. This signaled to the FIA that you were out of the Grand Prix, which meant Epic was disqualified from the race. This allowed Green to inherit the lead and never look back. Green took his maiden victory in Jerez due to Epic's mistake. Not the ideal way he wanted to win his first race, but a win is a win. The next race in Turkey was the best drive I think I've ever seen in this league's history. It was a very wet Istanbul Park, and that didn't seem to phase Green one bit. He went on to have one of the best wet weather drives I've ever seen, and won his second race by 43 seconds. It was 43 seconds until Shelf was found guilty of flipping, which meant he was disqualified. That promoted Matsky, of all people, to second place, but that meant Green won the race by 1 minute 3 seconds, .731. A new record here in F1RC. You gotta give me a second. Hang on, give me a minute. Alright, all I had to do was just close the door. Okay. Let me see. Okay, a true class performance from the Canadian. Monaco was another high praise for Bronchi Ratti, won in the Principality for the first time and won his first race of the season, instantly putting him back in the championship fight, and would lead the championship going into Baku, which was the next race. But then there was a one-timer that showed up by the name of Never Heated, having driven from the big Formula E League called FERL. He had some experience and won his first race on debut for the McLaren, something that hasn't happened since Stanamuk in Season 7 Kyalami. A great drive from the Brit. France was pretty mid, Epic won again, but the British Grand Prix was one of the more entertaining races of the season yet. Epic, Green, and Ratti were all fighting for the win, but whenever Ratti spun out at the final corner, it only came down to Green versus Epic. They fought around for about 10 laps, swapping places left and right. But it came down to the final corner, where Green tried to get a perfect exit to beat Epic on the line, but it wasn't enough to deny Epic his 5th win of the season. The gap between those two, 83 hundredths of a second. Let me see. Yeah. The next race after that would be the Nordschleife. A race that we haven't raced that since Season 4. And, yeah, this was now Aratti's turn to go and challenge Epic. On that 4 out of 5, Ratti was right behind Epic's trail when disaster struck for him once again. Ratti spun around and got stuck on the other side of the wall, causing him to not get any chance of winning the race. Epic once again won another race, and it went even more downhill for Ratti as we reached Spa, where it was just a handful of laps to go. Ratti spun at the top of Eau Rouge, causing him to bottle once again another P2 finish. He started to lose hope in the championship. Green won his 3rd Grand Prix, with the new rookie of Pixel coming home in 2nd from McLaren on his debut. This new Pixel car wasn't too bad either, as the next race in Danville, Pixel was outperforming Green. He was leading by a good chunk of the race, but the experience from the Canadian helped him edge out Pixel, to get another race win for himself. Green would then win the next 2 races and now equal the record for most Grand Prix victories in a row with Dyno. If Green won in Malaysia, he would break the record. It was looking good for Green. A gloomy and rainy day in Sepang, conditions where Green thrived. He was looking comfortable to win the race when disaster struck. With just a handful of laps to go, Green went wide in the turn 3 and slammed into the advertising board on the right. Skill issue. Yeah. So there was a Green could have won it. He didn't. Ratti went on to win his 2nd Grand Prix of the season. Green would instantly respond back though after winning the Filipino Grand Prix, and now with just a few points from clinching his maiden title. We came to the Singapore Grand Prix, a very famous track in F1RC. Green would need to win the race, with Arati finishing P8 or lower. To win the title, Green was leading the race by a comfortable margin. Arati was hunting down the Ferrari for Danny at P5. When it all came crumbling down for Arati, he did a George Russell and hit the inside wall at turn 9, causing him to hit the Tech Pro. He would continue the rest of the lap, but just as he crossed the line to start his 25th lap, he pulled off to the side of the track at turn 3 and retired from the race. It was now all in Green's favor. All he had to do was win the race, and he'd be champion of the world for the first time. A record-breaking season was upon him. Green started his final lap and crossed the line as the Season 9 world champion. And for the first time as well. He'd done it. He'd done his dream. What he entered this league to do. He started off in Silverstone Season 7. He'd finally done it. The next race was at Qatar. Spirit, driving the Mercedes, looked insanely quick the entire race, but a mistake from Spirit cost him to lose P1, and now the world champion Green would go on to win his 9th Grand Prix of the season. A shame for Spirit, as it could have been his first ever Grand Prix victory. Mexico City Grand Prix was honestly pretty entertaining as well. Majority of the grid retired from the race, especially even the big names like, Green, Epic, they all crashed out. This allowed McLaren to take advantage with Danbo and Pixel starting to run away from the rest. Pixel would ram the final corner and take his maiden win and his rookie season at the Mexico City Grand Prix, with his teammate coming home to make it a McLaren 1-2 in a long while. Finally, after having gotten multiple podiums, Pixel finally stood on the top step, but the title for P3 was still on. Luca was fighting. But the fight for P3 was still on. Luca was still fighting with all the people of Lewis. Lewis on the verge of getting his first podium in the league. Known for being one of the most shit drivers, he could potentially get a podium. It looked in favor for him as Luca disconnected from the race, which caused a safety car. But at the restart, Lewis got a bad start and allowed Liam to slip into P3. Liam also wanted his first podium in the league. Lewis tried everything he could to stop him, but it wasn't enough as Liam took the final step on the podium. The next race was in the US. We had a final sprint race of the season, and Epic won it. For the race itself, Green would try his hardest to get a good result out of track. He looked forward to all season, but it didn't happen. Epic won in the United States for the first time, and to make things worse, Green dropped all the way to P5 due to penalties. The Sao Paulo Grand Prix looked promising for Bruno to potentially get his first race victory, another chance that he could potentially do. He qualified on pole with Pixel alongside him, but had a terrible start. A dramatic race with a red flag. 2 safety cars allowed Bruno to get back into the lead, but Green was there once again, challenging for it from the back of the grid with around 5 laps to go. Green started to run away. It all unraveled for Bruno. Green from the back of the grid took his 10th win of the season. Once again, Argentine hearts broken as Bruno loses another golden opportunity to win. And now the final race of the season, the end of an era. We had 17 drivers attend. Some OG drivers returned for one final time before I leave. It was a tight fight between Dino, Oiskry, and Green. Dino was looking pretty strong until he slammed into the final corner and spun himself out of the race. It was just now down between Ois and Green. Oiskry was trying everything he can to deny Green another win, but it wasn't enough to deny Green his 11th Grand Prix victory of the season and break another record to end a championship-winning season on a high. And that's about it, the league of the history. So now we're actually going to go on to doing something and give out trophies. Unless Lewis or Matt want to say anything?
Yeah, I've got a few words to say before we give out the trophies. All I just wanted to say is thank you very much to Geordie for bringing me on in the FIA team. I joined this league like really late on in season 7. First race, Belgium, wasn't the best. I had my heart-touching moment there with another driver. He has left the league. Sadly, I'm haven't been in touch with him, but yeah. Season 8, Geordie brought me up in as an FIA really early on. I would like to thank him for that. I know I made my few mistakes. We're all humans, we make mistakes. And yeah, all I just want to say is thank you one more time to Geordie. You've been probably the greatest owner from when I joined, and for the people who stayed here since season 1, they probably want to say thank you, so I'll say thank you for them as well, but you'll get lots of thank yous from them after the awards ceremony. So yep, that's all I've got to say. Thank you very much.
Alright, thank you very much as well to you. And now, what's it called? Lewis, do you want to say anything?
Lewis has sadly left.
Okay, great. Alright, so let's go on to actually doing something then. Wait, he left?
Yeah, he's gone.
So he has the trophies.
No, I've got the trophies.
Oh, you got okay. You can just hand them out. It's fine.
Yeah, alright. Okay, starting off with the trophies. Breakout race of the year. this was just a brilliant drive from them. Came into this season as a rookie, and like it's season 9, but Pixel will get this trophy for that brilliant Mexico win. That yeah, that was just amazing from him. Bravo. I don't
Pix
know
wasn't
how.
here, so
Oh yeah, so yeah, we'll just ignore
this.
that. Anyway,
You gotta show the trophy, by the way.
yeah, breakout is trophy for any of you who are.
Oh, he joined! He joined! He joined! He joined! He
Oh,
joined!
he joined! He's here! Yes! Pixel, get your suit on,
Just in
mate.
time.
Yeah, Pixel, can you get your suit on?
Nah, too bad. Pixel, just in time, mate. Get on the stage. Come get your trophy. Oh, that's funny.
Get on the stage. Here's your trophy, Pixel. I don't know if he's like. Hold on.
He what?
There.
There we go. Oh, he's AFK. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god. And yeah, there we go. There we go. Pixel, your get the screenshot. Gotta get the screenshot. Someone get
Pixel,
pictures.
your
Someone get
breakout-
pictures.
The breakout race of the year. Your winner.
Yeah, there we go. Bro in 4 racing a tire. All right, yeah. That is Pixel. Okay, next, next up. All right, what's the next one?
Anyway, okay, next one. Best drive of the year. It's basically like most dominant. Yeah. I don't know how to explain this one, Jordy.
All right, I'll explain it. Best drive of the year. This goes to the driver that had the most intense, well, not really intense, but the most perfect, most great drive that we've seen, and obviously goes to Green from Turkey. So Green, please come on stage and what's it called? Yes, take your trophy. That is yours. Best drive of the year. He won by 1 minute 3.731. A new record. Let's show off the trophy. There it is. Okay, stupid ass. Are you jerking the trophy? Okay. All right. There we go. All right, Green, take a seat. What's the next one?
Most poles bottled. It's this one. This one's pretty explanatory. It's
This was
basically
pretty
most
explanatory.
bottled.
Yeah, Green, come back here.
Yeah,
Green, come back here.
Green. Here's your second trophy. Your winner for the most poles bottled. Green Ninja Warrior.
Green
just
wins
check
this.
Okay. Yep. I got the most poles in this season. Yep.
Something like that. Oh my god. Hey, Chapman,
True,
shut
true.
up.
Okay, next one. Comeback of the year, Jordy. You could explain this one.
Alright, comeback of the year. This goes to the driver that had an insane comeback. They started from a really low position on the grid and went up to have a great result. And that would go to Epic Lexer from Bahrain, but obviously he is not here as Green, not Green, as Epic started P17 at Bahrain and went on to win the race by about 16 seconds. So, yeah, it would go to Epic Lexer. You can show off the trophy mat, but he is not here. So, yeah. There's that. That's comeback of the year, but he's not here, so you know.
Yeah. Anyway, so now we're on to action of the year. So yeah, it's basically who's ever given us the most exciting battles, basically. And this one goes to Liam and Lewis for the backmarker fight in Mexico, but because Liam was ahead of Lewis in that fight, Liam gets this trophy.
Whoa! Alright, Liam. Come on, Liam. Oh, sorry. Alright. Yep, just yeah, you gotta like spam it. Yeah.
Oh.
Just spin around in circles, just spin around in circles and like spam backspace.
Yep. Shit, walk up.
This is
This is
Yeah, there, come pick it up. Liam, come pick it up.
Liam. Yep. Thank you.
There you go,
Straight
Liam.
up.
That action of the year. Congratulations, Liam.
Yep,
He gets
congrats.
action of the year.
Yep.
Alright.
Okay.
Freddy, screw you,
Okay.
mate.
Anyway, next up is Battle of the Year. This is the same to Action of the Year, but just, yeah. This one, yeah, Battle. So this one goes to Epic and Green for their amazing battle at Silverstone. And you will know who gets it because they finished ahead. It would be Epic, but he's not here. So, Green. Coming up again.
Yeah, Green, come on up here. Just yeah, I guess you can take the trophy.
Yeah,
There you go.
because Epic isn't here. His seat was too far up. Yeah. Yep, alright.
Alright, battle of the year.
That was Battle of Jesus Christ. Anyway, next up, Team Boss of the Year. Again, it's pretty explanatory. It's whoever was the best team boss. Sadly, he left ages ago. It was Lewis, Team Boss of the Year. It was Lewis who got Team Boss of the Year. Here is the trophy for you, for all of you to see. Unless one of the members of Brawn GP want to come and collect it for him.
Green. No, give it to Hayden. Give it to Hayden. He's a reserve driver. Give it to Hayden. Give it to Hayden. He's a reserve driver. What is that? What is this dude's avatar? What the? What is that, bro?
Wait,
What the? Oh my god, bro. All right, bro.
Okay, here you go. Your trophy, hey. It's
Oh my
taco.
god.
It's
The whole taco. God damn it. Alright.
Thank you
Alright.
very much. Okay, this one, yeah, you all know who this one's going to go to, but it's pretty explanatory. Rookie of the Year. Let's see the name in chat. But yep. Pixel. Well done. Second trophy.
Woo! Alright.
Woo! Rookie of the Year. There you go. Your first
There we
trophy
go.
was Action of the Year.
No, it was breakout of the what the fu- It was breakout of the year.
Oh, yeah, breakout
Here we go,
of the
Pixel.
Year.
That's your trophy. Alright. Next up.
Next up, most improved driver. Hold on, what's that?
Mhm.
I am back. So most improved driver. It's pretty explanatory who was the most improved driver through the season, and this one will go to Crush. He did improve the most through the season. He was up there fighting. Is Crushed here tonight?
No, he is not.
No, okay, but yeah, here is the trophy for most improved.
Oh my god. Okay. Take a seat, you lords. Alright, okay.
Yeah, there's most improved. Anyway, yeah, everyone, most polls. It's whoever got the most polls in the season. You all know who's.
Oiskry, shut up!
Green coming up.
Yep, most poles, 6 pole positions the whole season.
6 polls. Sorry if I'm not going into detail about them, but I'm just trying to get this on. Because Geordie's, yeah, went on for 40 minutes.
Yep, it did.
Look how much Greece got.
Alright.
Anyway, time to go on to the constructors and drivers. So we'll start off with third place in constructors and drivers. Let me really quickly get the standards. I do not remember. Okay, so third place will go to Red Bull and Maxi, as in the team boss. So Maxi coming up.
Bruno coming up as well as your Red Bull
Yep,
personnel. There we go.
yep. So yep, Maxi, you could take the trophies. Ooh. Oh, I dropped it. Wait, where did it? Ah, it's okay.
Hang on, give it a sec. Give me a sec. Where's the
I've got the backup.
Oh, okay.
Maxi, here you go. There you go. Your Red Bull team, Maxi, Bruno.
You boys finished third in the Constructors Championship. Red Bull's best result since Season 6.
You may be wondering why I'm just bringing why Bruno's still on the stage, because third place Drivers Championship goes to Bruno. Congrats, Bruno, on the P3 in the World Drivers Championship. It was close to that P2, but sadly, some mistakes. Anyway. Thank you on the screen. Thank you very much, Bruno. You could just stay on stage to the side. You will be needed later. But anyway, second place in constructors and drivers. Second place in constructors will go to McLaren. Who's the team owner of McLaren?
Pixel.
Pixel. Coming on.
So Pixel, Danbo, and I guess Gaspin, because he did drive like 2 races for McLaren. So how'd Bruno get up here?
I kept him on.
Oh, okay.
He can do it later. Pixel's get. Gaspin give the trophy to Pixel. Wait, is Danbo there?
Nah, Danbo ain't here.
Alright. But yeah, your McLaren team. Yeah, McLaren team presented the trophy. 3 trophies. Yep, thank you very much, guys. You got the picture. Thank you very much. Anyway, second place in the World Private Championship. That was close between Bruno and Green, but Green coming up once again. Oh no, but not
What?
Green, I mean, that's what it says. It says
It's messed up. It should be Epic.
it's Epic. Epic is sadly not here. So yeah, here is the second place drivers trophy.
Oh my god.
You can see it for your own. And Jordy.
Alright, well, now come the 2 big trophies that everyone wants to win. We'll start off with first place in the Constructors Championship. This obviously goes to the winning constructor of the season, and they had a pretty dominant season the whole time. So if we can please have Bron GP personnel, Green Ninja Warrior, Lewis Pig, and Arati come on up, as well as the reserve driver of Hayden. Please come on up here and receive your Constructors Championship. Oh, I didn't mean to. Okay. Yep. Bring Green. You can take it, cause like I mean, yeah. Oh, hang on. Here, just come here.
Take the construction.
Oh my God. Come here. Let Hayden. Okay, here, Hayden. There you go. Hayden. There you go. Constructors champions, Braun GP for the first time ever. They are crowned constructors in only their 2nd season. Well done to Braun GP. You boys deserve that one. Had an incredible season. Congrats to you. Hayden, you may now go down. Oh, okay. And obviously, because we're going to keep you up here, the most dominant driver in a singular season, Green Ninja Warrior, for the first time, will hold his what the? Okay. Green for the first time will hold his constructors championship trophy, or his drivers championship trophy. My bad. His drivers championship trophy. Take your trophy. You will hold this for the first time. Nope. There you are. For the first time, a drivers championship winner. Congratulations, Green. You're one hell of a driver.
Yep.
You're very accomplished.
Right. Bruno,
Check
come on
this out.
back here. Come here, Bruno. We will now do the celebrations.
Oh yeah, do your celebrations. Hang on, I gotta do the music. We're a little awkward. It's a little awkward. Hang on. I forgot about that. All right, there we go. Is it not playing? I don't know. I can't tell. It's not working. There we go. Alright, there it is. There are all the trophies to be given out. But now alright, everyone, we're not done yet. Everyone take a seat. No. Everyone take a seat. Everyone take a seat. Everyone take a seat.
I had to because.
Yeah, that's fine. The trophies are gone. The trophies are gone. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Alright. So now, basically, we came here for two things. The trophies, which you've just done. And now, now that all the trophies have been handed out, let's give a round of applause to all our trophy winners. Okay, the vibrations. Okay, but now comes a moment that we have anticipated since November. Who will I give ownership to? It's taken me a while to decide, but before I announce who it is, I have something really special I want to say. I want to thank each and every single one of you for being and coming along on this incredible journey with me. It's been an absolute pleasure and honor being the owner of F1RC for more than 3 years now. 6 seasons, more than 150 races, all the title fights. I've seen all of you come so far as drivers and as people, except Nubby. He's been the same since like the beginning. So, yeah. All the memories created, all things are so valuable to me. I watched this league grow, going through so many highs and so many lows. The countless laughs we'd have, the time we were raided, the moments where we had game nights, the time we almost got DMCA'd by each other for accusing us of stolen assets. There's that. Yeah, I've been here since day one and witnessed it all. I want to thank each and every single one of you, even if you got on my nerves every single day. Crushed. You still are such an important part of this league and make F1RC what it really is. I hope you guys become successful in your lives and what life has to offer for you. I hope you accomplish your dreams. I hope you succeed in what you do. I wish nothing for the best for every single one of you. It's been a wild ride. One I very much enjoyed. I'll never forget F1RC. I'm still gonna be around, just not as much. Once again, though, thank you everyone for the memories, and to the entire F1RC community. I love you all. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And also, what's it called? Before I actually announce the new owner, I want to get the OG members. So if I call your name, I will bring you to the stage. So let's see. Gaspin, Dino, Dib, and the ones here, who's here? Matsky. No, Matsky hasn't been here that long actually. No, we're just nah. Okay, none of that. Okay, fine. We'll bring Matsky. Okay, these lot, and Vaughn. Vaughn's also been here. Bring Vaughn. All right, Vaughn's been here that long as well. So, okay, to those ones that I called on stage, please stand in a straight line. Please stand. Okay. Well, yeah. There we go. Just stand in a straight line, just like that. Oscar, you're not OG. You're not OG. You're not. I'm joking, mate. I'm joking. I joke. Okay, fine. We'll bring Oiskry. I'll bring away screen.
Danny's
Chapman, you
cool.
suck. No, your butt. No, you don't know. How did Daddy get up here? What the?
I don't know.
Get Daddy down. Get Daddy down.
I thought you brought him, so.
No.
Just
All right, we'll go from left to right. What's it called? Yeah, we'll go from left to right, starting with Gaspin. I'll bring him on stage. Is there anything that you want to say, Gaspin, to the league before I give it up? I don't know where your name is. There he is. Is there anything that you would want to say?
Jesus Christ.
Great, and his mic doesn't work.
Just type it in the chat. Type it in the chat.
So many words. Love that, Gaspin. Yeah. You've got 5 seconds, or else I'm just gonna put you down stage. Come on.
Do the back ones. Stop turning on the front ones, guys. Jesus.
And Gaspin's not saying much. Okay, well, alright. I'll move him down. Alright, so now we'll bring up Mr. Dino because he's next. Mr. Dino, you've been here since season 4. You've brought in hella members to the league. Is there anything you want to say before I give it up?
I mean, when I passed you the mantle, I never thought there'd be this many fucking peons in this server. So, you know what? I hate all of you. I hate all of you.
Right.
From Green to Liam, I hate the lot of you.
Wow.
Alright? And I'm glad Geordie's left. I want to leave. I want to leave as well. Geordie's left at the right time. 'Cause
Great.
This shit is like it's gonna be the Titanic. It's gonna split it.
I don't give a shit. No one is forcing little bro to stay. That is true. We'll get Gas back up because he got his mic working apparently. So, Gaspin, is there anything you want to say?
Just F1RC was the league that I started racing properly, and it was the league that I started growing. Not only as a driver, as a person. Well, Jordy, you've been absolutely amazing since season 1, I think. We've been having a great fighting, great friendship, but yeah. From this league, I went to having special moments. First, winning my first title, and then other should be 1 million other good things. But yeah, it's been a great experience. And one more thing, I don't care. I will try the full season next season if it's our racing league. But
Alright. Bet. What's it called? Alright, then we have Dib. Where's Dib? Is he in the VC? No. Dib is not in the VC. Oh, he is. Okay. Dib is in the VC. Alright.
Yeah, so obviously I'd like to thank everyone for F1RC for being F1RC. You know, it's been controversial every season, at least. But yeah, it's been great, you know. It's been fantastic. You know, we've had different drivers come in here. You know, we've got different drivers from everywhere. And it's crazy because, yeah, you've made the league great, guys, especially Geordie himself, you know. Even though I thought he was a shit owner. At the end of it, probably not. But I wouldn't say so nowadays. But yeah, it's been great, you know. Obviously started out in RFO with Dino, and then we decided we literally came upon Magello back in season 4. We just decided to mess around, and then yeah, we found the league, and you know, season 4. Obviously, I decided to manufacture a crash at Spa so I can become a commentator. Obviously, you know, the title fight, Krodovic, Gaspin, Geordie. I remember Geordie fake crashing at Netherlands. What was that?
Yep, I remember that.
E-brakes spun into the sand.
Yep.
Oh, that's manufactured championship right there. Obviously, season 5. Yeah, I know, man. Season 5 obviously was the best season of F1RC history. You know, we had everything. I still think the brick cars were amazing, but I'm not going to delve into that. You know, it was great. You know, I got a podium. So many people got podiums. You know, Banana Racing got a podium. Mental. We had
that.
thing. We had so many teams. It was fantastic, and season 6 onwards, it was great. You know, we brought in like the likes of Porsche. It was, you know, we were clocking in 20 drivers a week, and you know, I want to thank everyone here, and you know, we've all grown up. We've grown up now, and you know, this is the reason why the league is probably going to die, is because
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna get a bit bored. Yeah, that's enough. That's all I've got. Dip. Thank you. Okay, and actually, what I'm gonna do, what's it called? Bring. Oh, nope. 2. And what's it called? Bring. Oh. Alright, you lot. Okay. Sorry, Matt, I didn't mean to do that. But, alright, no more speaking. Only just me and Matt come up here. Everyone sit your ass down. Sit your ass down. Sit down. Sit down. Take a seat. Take a seat. Take a seat. Because I need to announce the new owner. Right. Now to the new owner. I had to. Alright, turn the smoke off. I had to choose wisely as the new owner. Owning F1RC will not be easy. They will be in charge of making all the executive decisions about the league. They will be in charge of making the race calendar. They'll be in charge of making sure everything is run correctly on the server and the games. They'll be in charge of doing their absolute best and committing themselves to the league. They will always strive to make F1RC a better place and make it as fun and competitive as possible. They can do whatever they want. All the power will be given to them. New cars can be introduced. New tracks can be introduced. Whichever person can be brought into the server. Talented drivers across the entire racing community can be brought in and challenged for the championship. It's just all what the new owner wants. I believe I've chosen the most correct person for this role, someone that is mature, someone that is responsible and caring enough to and own such a prestigious server and league. I hope you all can build a strong and good relationship with this new owner. Some people may not like him now, and it may be a new controversial owner to some of you, but I hope you can build a strong relationship with them, and I believe they are fit for the job. So without further ado, when I call your name, please come on stage and give a massive show of respect and round of applause for the new owner of the Formula 1 Roblox Championship. Please give it up for Mr. Carl Matsky. Yeah, you can bring him on stage 100%. Everyone take a seat. Everyone take a seat. Everyone take a seat. Matsky Paxi, please come on stage. Is there anything you want to say?
I let so many of you astray. I know with Crush, he was just asking me who was going to be the new owner.
Yeah.
And I basically led him astray the entire time since the beginning. But yeah, the new chapter begins. Hopefully a good one, but yeah, we'll
Alright.
see.
That's.
We'll see.
I hope that everyone. All right, Matsky, that's all you got.
Yeah, basically.
All right, so we'll move you down, and we'll put you back down down there in the audience. I hope everyone can build a strong relationship with Matsky. He is now going to be the new owner. Obviously, Matsky, you can always come to me. I'm always willing to help. What's it called? Congratulations to you. Once again, let's give another round of applause to Matsky, your new owner of F1RC. Right. Pixel. Oh my god. Alright. Some of you may not agree with my decision, and that's completely okay because I don't really care. I believe I've chosen the right person to do this task of owning F1RC. So Matsky, congratulations. I hope your future plans for the league will succeed. I hope everything goes well. If you ever need my help, feel free. Alright. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Season 9 prize giving ceremony. But before you leave, again, it's been a pleasure owning this wonderful league. But before y'all leave, I do have one more surprise for y'all that hopefully at least you guys all appreciate. Please, can everyone come on stage and follow me? Follow me, the guy in the red suit. The guy in the red suit. Follow me.
Not to get mixed up.
Everyone, please welcome to the F1RC Museum Go through all the memories. This is the Wall of Champions. The champion wall. All the drivers that have won a championship. This is the drivers championship order. Here's a picture of Green, some photos of F1RC here, of some pictures. This is the statistics wall up here, all the statistics of the drivers, of many as I can. We have the most skill issue driver going to Nubby. Best driver without a championship was Epic. Best driver without a race win is Bruto. Most poles in a season, Jam. Most dominant race win, Green. Most race wins in a season, Green. Most race wins in general. Most championships, me. All the championship winning cars of Season 1, me. Season 2, me. Season 3, Gaspin. Season 4, me. Season 5, Dino. Season 6, me. Season 7, Jam. Season 8, Eagle. And Season 9, Green. These are the cars, hang on, bring Jam. Jam, no. Don't go down there. Don't go down there. Don't go down there. Don't go down there. Bring Trident. Not there. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Who's that? Nah, who's that? All the way down there. Come down. Come back. Come back. Come back. Vaughn, come back. Come back. Come back. Come back. Pixel, come back. Come back. Bring.
If you go past me,
Don't go past. No, don't go. Don't go. Don't go. Don't go. Don't go another. Okay. This is the car. This is the car gallery. Obviously, you can read all these cars. And for example, the RB16B. This is the car that I started off my career with. It after coming out of retirement from Season 3. I later switched teams to Mercedes, and I went on to win a championship with that car. But I started Season 4 with this car here with the Red Bull. Read all of the details, please. Read all the details. Read all the details. I'm reading all that? I'm not reading all that? Oh my god. Matsky loves this one. Why am I light? I don't know. Trying gets his one car. This is the 730. 730 Motorsport.
remember driving this car.
Alright, there we go. No, that's the car gallery. Then we're gonna go to the photo gallery. The photo gallery. These are memories of F1RC. These are all the memories, as many memories as I can get. These are all the memories of F1RC, as many as I can get. Season 9, Season 8, Season 6, Season 7. All these memories. This is F1RC's memories. The memory hole, the photo gallery. Obviously. And now we're gonna skip over to the crash site. These are famously crashed cars in this league. Cars that have famously crashed. This is Chapman's car. On lap 29 of 35 of the Season 6 Singapore Grand Prix, Chapman was on course to win his first race in his debut season. However, at the restart of the safety car, Chapman, Chapman hit the outside wall of the penultimate corner and barrel rolled onto his roof. This is the result of the car. Bring can. Alright, this is, that's Chapman's crashed car from Season 6. This is my Season 4 Red Bull that I crashed out when I was talking about Verstappen, Hamilton, and Silverstone. You can read all the infos of that. That's the result of the car. This is poor Olan's car during free practice of the Season 6 Monaco Grand Prix. Olan was on a hot lap when he suddenly hit a piece of tech pro from a previous incident on the swimming pool chicane, which caused this car to fling into the air and impale his car onto the catch fence. This is the result of the car. How it's ended up like that, I don't know. Oh my god. Okay. There we go. Swimming pool chicane. Yes, at the swimming pool chicane. Yeah, swimming school. Oh yeah, my bad. And this is Crush's car from Season 9. What's it called? In qualifying, he crashed out, and this is the result of his car. There we go. Banana Racing is mentioned. Next, we go over to the Hall of Fame. This is the Hall of Fame right here. This is the Hall of Fame of drivers or non-drivers that have been involved in this league that I reckon are worthy of a Hall of Fame.
The OGs basically, all the world champ.
If you're first, that means you're the least worthy. You're the least, you just about scraped into it. That's why. If you're dead last, yeah, you're the most worthy. That's why. Okay. But it's an accomplishment to be involved in the F1RC Hall of Fame. Nicely done. Alright, next, to the final event. Everyone, no, don't remove it yet, Matt. To the final one. Please, everyone, come back here. Come back here. Everyone, stand here. Only, no. Only green. Only green. Green, please. No! What the? Not that.
I had to. people outside, please get back in.
Get back in. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna bring. No, 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 no. Everyone, stand here. Stand where I'm at. Stand where I am at. Okay. The sword wasn't necessary.
Do you want me to create a wall?
For now. And then for now, bring green. Green, you're the only one that is worthy of coming here. Oh, what the? Chapman, get back there.
Guys, get back.
Get back, get back, get back, get back, get back. There we go. Okay. Alright. Green Ninja Warrior. This is no. Oh, it's transparent. Okay. This is obviously meant and built for you. This is for you for being the most successful driver in a singular season. You may walk in. This is yours. These are all your statistics from season 9. This is meant for you. And then now you may unfreeze them. You may unfreeze them. You may walk in, and this is Green's little thing.
Yeah, just a small thank you from the FIA team and the others, but this is a huge thank you.
The glaze. This is Green's little thing. This is our small. Yeah, it's a little small thank you. The trophies, the constructors, the drivers, your picture of your car, your little name, your name, a picture of you next to your car, and your championship winning car itself with your helmet, you holding your flag. I'm still outside. Oh my god. There we go.
Oh.
I glitched through. Oh my god, you guys are idiots. Alright. There we go. And then one more time. Oh my god. Just cause why not? Everyone, thank you so much for attending this event. It has been a pleasure serving as your owner. Matsky, I will VC with you privately in just a moment. Right now we're gonna go to General and just have some fun. Thank you guys so much for attending. Goodbye.